Tonight, our memo is at the door of President William Ruto, his government generally, and in Parliament in particular. It is all about the Finance Bill 2023, which has, rightly so, elicited so much debate, concerns, and, well, intimidation. For many people, the issues are clear and perhaps it is time for a real national debate. But because the President and his deputy have declared that it will pass come rain, come shine, perhaps we are all missing the point. So let's ask a few questions. 1. Could it be that the President and his deputy have a compelling reason for pushing the bill, a reason that is more important than all the concerns raised about the bill so far? 2. Are those who are opposing it, in fact, just a noisy minority, either in numbers or more critically here, in influence, a minority who will not have their way, though they are having their say? 3. Are the proponents of the bill insisting that they are more intelligent and insightful than all the many Kenyans, even those who have a high economic, industrial and social standing, such as the Federation of Kenya Employers, the Kenya Association of Manufacturers and Media Owners Association, all who have opposed parts of the bill with good reasons, backed by real experiences and data alongside first-hand realities? 4th, could it be that the government's communication is failing on this agenda, with so much opposition coming even after the spirited high-level campaign for these proposals? 5th, is the government, in its push that has lately been laced with bravado, threats, demonization and intimidation, too determined to have its way that it has gone tone deaf to the issues, circumstances and realities of the people who are supposedly going to benefit from the proposed laws? Number 6, is having a payslip evidence of comfort and having enough to spare some extra, to the extent that if one opposes it, they are just being selfish and the enemies of the less privileged Kenyans? Should we not also factor in that the unemployed Kenyans are family members, friends, and part of the circles and communities of those of the payslip category who are already supporting them? Question 7. Are we not going to factor in the concerns raised by the people who took and spent their time and other resources to share their reservations by way of public participation? Or were we just checking a box at their expense? Isn't this an insult to their persons and the collective intellect of esteemed Kenyans? Further, when the National Assembly's Chief Whip Silvanus Osoro says that Kenyans will just have to tighten their belts just a little bit for just a few days, does he realize that his privilege-reeking statement is going out to many people who already sold their belts to buy food? And for many, that belt is a luxury, and the little time he speaks of has already been an eternity of trials, tribulations, and trauma for them. Finally, in a country that suffers poverty of trust, especially with the political class, it is inevitable for many to now think, could it be just there are well-connected people and organizations that are going to benefit from the opportunities that will be created by the bill if passed as is, and that we are at a point of no return on this, and the deals have been predetermined, pre-struck, and now just await passing, assenting to, then presentation of tenders, approvals and payouts? It may be a little late in the day, but is it still not too late to return the spirit of true dialogue in this conversation? If indeed this bill is as beneficial as its promoters claim is, then we all lose nothing, a country, if we spend a little more time talking about the chest thumping and bravado that we've witnessed in the last couple of days is eerily similar to the cockiness that attended to the passing of the so-called Wako Draft Constitution in 2005, I beg your pardon. That draft was pushed through in Parliament because President Kibaki then believed he had the numbers, but it met its Waterloo at the ensuing referendum. The same story would go for the infamous Security Amendment laws of 2014, parts of which was struck down by the court despite the fiat that accompanied their passage in Parliament. No one needs reminding about the haughtiness with which the BBI initiative was pushed by the last government and the scathing judgments that later spelled its death knell in the courts. Of course, history only teaches those who are willing to learn from it. For now, all eyes are on Parliament. The President will be watching to see who votes against the bill, but he won't be the only one watching what happens in Parliament. That is the memo. Let's get the highlights.